Alright guys, today is Daily Drops Day 6, so that means I successfully made it through almost an entire week of Daily Drops. And to be honest, I didn't think I was going to really make it this far. I kind of thought I would forget a few days or something already. Still have one day to go, but I know I'm going to be able to make it to that. Let's see, so I didn't really have anything planned for today, and I really was slacking off on doing today's. It's currently about 11:30, so that's cool. But I think I'm just going to talk a little bit about what actually got me into flipping. So the biggest thing, I know everybody has their one story where it's like, oh, I saw what my uncle had one of these and it was so cool, and then I got one and now I'm flipping. But it's kind of like that, but I actually got, when I was, and I had to be about, well, between 12 and 13, I was in Boy Scouts, and I'm an Eagle Scout and all that stuff. But while I was in Boy Scouts, one of my friends, this kid who was always getting into trouble, of course, had one, and I just was like, he wasn't in part of my troop or anything, so I only saw him on certain outings and stuff. So, but every time he'd always have it, and it was, I don't remember what, they're still made today, but it's like, it's not a complete, like, a CCC, but it's not really a high-end one. His dad got it when he was in the Army or the military. I don't remember what branch he was in. I think it was Air Force, actually, but it doesn't really matter. But he got it and then passed it on to his kid, and then the kid that I was friends with, I'd always, on every outing, I'd want to play with it because it was just freaking awesome to me. But it wasn't even an actual butterfly. It was almost like the Cold Steel Paradox that was, where it had the handles that you can only open it with, like, 2 hands. So it'd be like, I'd try and play with it, and you'd try and, like, flip it, and you'd have to, like, really fling it to get it to start going. So then once I got through that and once I got to play with that a bunch of times, I'd always be like, oh man, come on, sell it to me. And he never ended up selling it to me because his dad got it for him. But the next summer after that, I was up in Mackinac City, Michigan, and there's a little shop that that had sold them, and so I got one, and of course it was like the $5 bottom of the barrel one you could buy. And I was so excited to get it, and for like 2 days straight, I just wouldn't put it down. I was flipping it, and it was one of those pot metal channel handle ones. And one day I was like, I just learned the Y2K, and I went to go do it, and on the first rollout, like right about here, I went to grab the handle, and it snapped right at the first hole, and the whole handle and blade went flying one way, and I was sitting there looking at the handle in my hand, just like with this utter despair. I was so upset about losing this stupid knife. But yeah, so that's kind of my story of how I first got into flipping and my first experiences with Bally's. So I am a younger flipper, but I've been in the game for almost 7 years now, 6 or 7, which is quite shocking. But I love it. Wouldn't trade this hobby for the world. It's one of my favorite things to do, one of my favorite pastimes, and there's been so many things that have helped me out in school, in just my personality. I can't say that it hasn't been shaped and changed by the whole Bally game. I gotta say, one of my attitude almost is from back on the arena days, where when I got onto the arena, it was all Lucy and all of his friends all sitting there, and I was just a little smurf, of course, because they had been in it for like 2 or 3 years by that point. They're all friends, and being new, of course, I was this little, probably about 14, 15 at that age, and I wanted to be their friend, but of course they had to give me hell. And I gotta say, that was one of the biggest things that really began to start giving me a tougher layer of skin. It really helped me develop to be a functional person almost, where I can take criticism and all that stuff easily now, because all that harassment, actually. So thank you, Lucy. Thank you, all those guys. Thank you for helping me become who I am today. So I guess with that, I'm going to end this daily drop. But I guess I'll try and do some hard moves to try and get a drop in for all those guys that would like one. See, the problem is I'm so used to trying to catch the knife after a drop. There we go. So, keep watching. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned, guys.